Okay, folks, I am sitting on the bridge crossing the border into Canada. Here comes the next 4 weeks of exploring. Here we are officially in Canada. There was a lot of stops and goes the last couple days. I had some car problems, had to head back south and have it looked at by a dealer, and a very bizarre problem that I'm having with the car, but I think I have it resolved. Thanks to my brother. He's the flight engineer in the family, so he can be my travel engineer too, and we have a solution. And I'm not going to talk about that now. We'll take care of that later. So, officially, finally, in Canada, I have roughly 3 weeks to explore this country, and we'll see how it goes. I've been living out of this van now for 2 months. When I say 3 weeks, that doesn't seem very long. We'll see how it goes, how I feel, what I'm inspired by, and go from there. Whenever we stop driving, this is what he does. He goes and checks out the front, and usually will curl up in the driver's seat. That's so cute. Well, I made it to Canada. My first day in Canada, and it's going to be raining like this all day. So what's exciting is there is a Michael's here, and I am almost out of my heavy gel that I use for collaging. So I guess it's a good day to go to Michael's. I have to be careful though, I can't spend too much money. Really tight budget now. So I have to do all of this traveling on $1,000 a month. Have to see if that's even possible, but I'm doing my best. So I'm sitting in front of Tim Hortons because they have free Wi-Fi. No, I'm not buying coffee because $2 a day times 3 is $60 a month. And I am going to save every single penny I can. So let me pack it up and let's head to Michael's and get some gel and sit in the car and make art. Since it's such a rainy day today and I'm not going to be going anywhere, I thought I'd take a few minutes to explain what's been going on with my car problems. Last week, I had been staying a few extra days in Columbia Falls, and I woke up one morning to go leave to head to Canada, and my battery was dead. And I was surprised because I didn't think it was the Jackery. And during the course of the night, I could hear motors running. And this whole circuit of motors would run, like checking the doors, checking the locks, checking the windows. And then it would stop. And then it wake me up again. So this happened maybe 3 or 4 times where it woke me up. I'm a really sound sleeper, so it could have been more. But also, Peanut likes to go and stand on the ledge of the door where the door locks and window locks are. And around 3 o'clock in the morning, usually he starts making his rounds because he hears critters outside. And so he's constantly tripping the locks and tripping that mechanism that goes around and checks things. So I was wondering if that could possibly drain the battery of the car. So I went online and I started doing some research and found out, yes, it can. But the other thing that's happening is because this key fob sends a signal to the ignition. And as long as this key fob is within reach of the signal, it's going to keep tripping the doors. And this has been a problem that I found out about when I went to the car dealer. So I thought, well, there's got to be a way to obstruct the signal. I got to do something to stop that signal from being transmitted when I'm in the van. So, we thought removing the battery out of the key fob, that sort of thing. I'm like, that's not good, because if you do that, then it makes it erase the signal to the ignition and you can't start your car. So I thought aluminum foil maybe blocks the signal. My brother, who is just an engineering geek, he was a flight engineer for an airlines. He said aluminum foil. And even the car dealer said maybe wrapping your key in aluminum foil. So last night I made a nice little bed, nestled my key, put a blanket of aluminum foil over the top, put the lid on the tin box, and I think it worked. I did not hear those motors running at all last night. So hopefully I've solved the problem. The other problem I had today was that I found a Michaels store, and I was very excited about it. But Michaels doesn't take Discover cards. And so I have to call my other bank cards, which I was not planning on using, or one card, and telling them that I'm in Canada and it's me. Please let me use my card, because the last thing I want to do is get stuck. Sunday, everything is closed here, almost everything. I was very surprised, but it's kind of old school. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to go to the bank and I'm going to withdraw some Canadian money. So that way I have Canadian cash before I leave St. John, which is where I'm at, because I want to go back to Michael's, because I'm almost out of my gel medium. And I can't make art. Well, I could use a glue stick, a school glue stick, but that's not exactly good quality materials. So I need to go back with Canadian cash and buy that. So, that's all a part of traveling. It's coming up against problems and finding ways to be resourceful to solve them. So that's my latest news. Well, my trip in Canada has been short-lived. I am having problems getting money exchanged, money out of my bank account. I have 3 different cards that I can use to pay for things with, and nobody accepts any of them. So I have slightly more than a half a tank of gas, and I am heading back to the US border. Goodbye, Canada. You don't want my money. Goodbye. So let me fill you in on the new plans. Since things didn't work out in Canada as I had hoped, I decided to come back to Maine, and I am driving west across Maine, heading to the White Mountains, and we'll spend the next 2 to 3 weeks in the White Mountains and Lake Champlain of Vermont. Originally, I had planned to do that circuit after I took care of my brother and sister-in-law's cats in September when they go to Europe. So since that hasn't worked out, I'm going to go now and then head back down to New Hampshire in September and see where I go after that. I mean, I'd like to be up in New England for fall leaf season, but if that doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. There's always other options. So that's the plan. So I'm back in the US, crossed the border again a few minutes ago, and just stopped, used my plastic to put a full tank of gas in my car. That is such a feeling of security, to know I have a full tank of gas. I don't know what happened with my credit cards, my debit cards, everything, but before I left to go to Canada, just one thing after another kept happening, and I kept getting this feeling that I'm not supposed to go. I'm not supposed to go. And then I thought, well, I'll never know until I try. So I tried, and it sure wasn't working out. So my plans now are to head to Bangor and then probably stay overnight. I might even get a hotel because I've been so stressed the last few days. And then from Bangor, I'll head over towards the White Mountains and New Hampshire, Vermont area. There's a lot of beautiful places to see there as well. And that's the new plan. Yay, they have a bathtub. I have been wanting to soak in the tub for so long, and I get to do it. Woo! Oh my gosh, y'all, that was the best bath I think I've ever had. It just felt so good to be able to submerge myself in a tub full of hot water. So I'm going to add a new thing to my YouTube channel. I have a Patreon account that I've used for my artwork, and I'm going to add a little thing there, buy me a shower. And so you can subscribe once a month, and I'll give you some extra content, some special discounts on my artwork. Buy me a shower. I would love you for it. This is how you take an evening break from van life. You get a hotel room, you take a nice hot bath, and then you get some Knorr butter noodles, some chicken, and a little bit of wine, and you cook it in the mic, and you just sit back and enjoy.